All right. Hello, everybody. Royal We family. I'm so happy that for those of you who are about to join in, I know we are starting a little bit late, but we are here nonetheless. I am so excited to be here with you. Monday night, Royal We live chat. And tonight, for those of you who are going to be new joining us live on the live chat, we are here for you to be able to answer your questions. Hey, Tanya, what's going on? How are you? It's good to see you here. Hey, Risa, Riss, how are you? It's good to see you here as well. There's everybody. They're coming on in right now, and we are getting going. Salon Savvy, hey, how are you doing? So as always, we're going to be able to take live telephone calls. I may be moving around a little bit because I am going to be putting snips of this live chat. Hey, Fee Fox. Hey, Shantae Johnson. I'm going to be putting some shots of this live chat tonight on the organic video that's going to be coming out tomorrow. So you may see me moving around. I've got my camera right here behind me, and but I'm going to be doing that. So I don't want to throw any of you off. I am going to be paying attention to all of you as well. This is, after all, we're here for you. This is your opportunity to ask questions, talk about things that are on your mind, and what it is that is going on in life. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Hey, D, what's going on? Good evening. It is dark, an hour early now. Yes, it is. And not only is it dark, but it's starting to get cold. I don't know about where you all are at, but it's starting to get cold here in the Midwest. But we're moving forward. Now, what did you all think about the video that I just uploaded the other night about lying? I had a feeling that might throw some people off, but I wanted to do something in regards to how I was able to get away from toxic relationships myself, how I was able to avoid conflicts with narcissists. I never thought of never looked at it in terms of lying, even though ultimately I did lie to toxic, abusive people in my life. I lied by omission. For those of you who don't know what omission means, omitting information just means withholding information from them. And when you're dealing with toxic people, omitting or keeping information from them could be a lifesaver. That could mean the difference between getting involved in a toxic conflict and not. In my case, there were a couple of times where I had to. I'm moving the camera right behind me here. There was a couple of times where I had to just omit some realities that were going on in our life. As I said, when I first was married, I suffered the loss of a job, my first big career, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. It was close after I was married. And I think that you're really trying to make a good impression when you're first married, especially to, in-laws or whatever. And I had a good paying job. I was in insurance at the time. And anyways, when I was no longer working there, my wife and I came together. We were newlyweds, and she knew people better than I did, her side of the family. And she basically said, Kev, let's not announce this one just yet. And at the time, we were under the impression, like I shared in the video, we just don't want people to worry. But now I know that there's certain people who are just so aggressive and so mocking and so gloating over your misfortune. And especially when it comes to toxic people that we deal with, they can also, now that I know these certain people more better, I know the personality type better, I know that by keeping certain information from them, they don't need to know. It's none of their business. And this is the key, is understanding that when you're dealing with toxic narcissists, things about you just aren't their business. It doesn't matter if it's their if it's your family, it could be your mom, your dad. There's certain things that just aren't their business. They don't need to know everything that's going on in your life. And in this world of narcissism, we see that toxic people, they want to know everything. They become so nosy. They're so gossipy. They can't wait. They just need that juice. And here's what's sad. Move the camera again. What's real sad about it is that their lives are so broken and so miserable their lives are so out of control themselves that they really have no business even talking about your life. But they want to know about your life simply because of the fact that it makes them feel better about theirs. And that's what's really sad about it. They want to know about your life, not because they genuinely care about you, but because they want something to talk about that makes them feel better about their own miserable lives. It's so... Anyways, it can be dangerous. Yeah. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, because I did get some, I got a lot of comments on that video. Some people were like, amen, I get it, and they got it. Though I think what happens is people don't like the term lies. I think when you hear lies, you automatically assume it's a negative thing, right? Lies. Don't lie. Don't be narcissistic. Don't lies. Lies is such a negative thing associated with it. And that can be rough. But I think that if you look past the word lies again and the cultural thing behind it and just look at it as protecting yourself by keeping knowledge to yourself. And when I looked into the Bible, and that's what I did for this, I looked into the Bible. I didn't just, I spent a lot of time in prayer over this. And also for those of you who are a part of Royal We Fellowship, you know that we're studying right now the Genesis, and we're talking about Abraham, and Abraham had lied many times, right? He pretended that his wife Sarah was his sister. And when we're looking at this, though, and we notice that God did not condemn him for that. Sorry about that. I'm jinking around with my camera again. So, anybody want to ask what kind of camera gear I'm using? I know D probably does. Some other people. Anyways, so what we have to understand is that God did not condemn. We don't see that God condemned Abraham for his dishonesty. I believe that Abraham understood something about the world that we struggle to, and that's that the world is evil, that people and the kingdoms, and they're just, it's pure evil. And so if you're going to go and give up all your information and who you are and what you have and what your belongings are, Abraham's understanding is they won't hesitate to kill me and create that kind of conflict. And I believe that God did not, we don't hear that God condemned him. We see that God kept pressing into him eventually, especially we're going to see more as time goes on, where he wanted to trust his faith, right? And we're not there yet, but he did have Abraham offer up his own son, Isaac, which was his prized possession, right? And at that point, Abraham finally reached this point where he's like, okay, I get it. Nothing is going to be done without you, Lord. I get that. But up to that point, we see Abraham very cautiously moving around this toxic world. And I believe if I could add something else to the video I uploaded, it would be this. That is lying good? No. Until we are fully healed and fully, what's the right word? Authentic in our understanding of who we are, what we believe, why we're doing what we're doing, and trusting in the Lord, then we are like Abraham. We're moving towards his promise, and we need to be able to do what we have to do to protect ourselves while we're healing before we get there. Many of us, how many of you would agree, many of us have not reached that place yet where we have God's full promises in our lives, where we have the full promises of who we are, where we have our 100% full authenticity. How many would you agree with that? We're working on that, but we're hurt, we're healing, we're on our way moving from toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse. So we're like Abraham on that journey. And in this journey, we need to do what we have to do to survive. So if we have to avoid conflicts, if we have to lie to get around toxic people, and by lie, I mean not give up all of our information, not tell them what's going on in our life, even when they ask, not telling them where we're going, when we're moving, not giving them our secrets, not giving them our pearls. We're not throwing our pearls before swine. We have to do that. right? That's really what the video is all about. That's what the video is all about. What do y'all say? What do y'all say? I'm going to, while I'm waiting for some, or what? God understands. Amen. Someone put, God understands life troubles you guilty. Something like that. Wow. Fee says that she was attacked, kidnapped when she was 18. Wow, that is scary. Thought she was going to die. Scary stuff. We can imagine. We can only imagine. Prayed for strength, and I lied and got myself out and protected and safe. Many of these encounters are just like that. Wow. Well, see, there you go. That's exactly a time in which you need to do that. Again, we hear this word lie, and we're like, whoa, don't do that. But sometimes life depends on that, right? Abraham believed that. That's why he lied about his wife, Sarah. They're going to kill me. No, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'll lie to him. I'll tell him that she's my sister, so they'll leave me alone. And the problem was, what Abraham was doing is passing it on to God, because they absolutely would take his wife then, believing it was a sister, and try to do whatever they wanted to do with her. And then God would have to intervene in the stories and basically tell him, look, you touch her, I will end your life, and it's not going to be good for you. And then they'd get mad and go to Abraham and say, why did you lie to us, right? But Abraham would say, listen, I don't, you're part of the world. This is the world. The world is toxic. The world is narcissistic. The world will not hesitate to kill you or break you. How many of you would know that by now? How many of you understand this coming out of toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse? How many of you are understanding just how dangerous the world can be, and how until we are at that place where we have full understanding and knowledge of who we are and what's going on, we have to do what we have to do to survive. We have to be careful, right? And I think also that there's a difference between lying for the sake of hurting other people and lying to protect yourself, right? So lies to protect yourself are simply omitting truths. There's, that's to protect yourself, as Fee said. Lies to hurt other people is what narcissists do, right? Make up stories about people, this and that. We don't do that type of stuff. I wish there was just a different word for that altogether. I think there is. It's called narcissistic, right? B said, Free says, it's a shocking realization that the world is so toxic. Yes, it is. That's part of the worst part of, that's the bad news about coming out of a toxic relationship and experiencing, especially with covert narcissists, is that part of the awakening journey. And that this was going to be tonight's video, if I can, once I wrap this up and get started on tonight's video. But understanding that the world's not going to change. We live in a toxic, narcissistic world. It's a scary place. It's not a good place to live in. I think that we don't take that serious enough. We haven't, and which is why we end up where we've ended up, in abusive situations with abusive people. But it's not our fault. We did not purposefully go seeking out abusive people. We simply were misled. We bought into what culture has to say about life and stopped believing the truth about life. And we're actually, many of us were never taught the truth about life, right? How many of you had parents that were just hardworking citizens in culture and left, right, you to public education to raise you? That's my story too. And so we were raised by public education and television, and so commercials and TV, and we were basically told what to believe while when we're being raised. And through that, we were given a lot of misinterpreted things, what's cool, what's not cool. Being a bad guy's cool. Being a tough person's cool. For you girls, find the bad guys, and they're cool. And this and all this, and guys have been told what to look for in a girl, right? How they should look. how they should dress, type of makeup they should wear, and that's what's hot, And so we've really just been conditioned and uh, conditioned because we didn't know any better. But now, when you have this awakening from narcissistic abuse, this is the data dump, if you will. Life stops, everything stops. You're broken, you're crumbling, and everything you thought you knew is crumbling to the ground. And you're building a new way to look at the world. And hope that makes sense. Does anybody in here have any questions? Anything you're all struggling with that we can talk about? Let's see. Anybody. Telephone line is open, by the way, as well. Someone called not too long ago. What's up, Desiree Ziguer? I hope I said your name right. Desiree. We'll wait for Desiree's question. Well, the number is... Oh, doggone it. Well, Desiree, you're going to have to write your question up here because it looks like my phone, while my phone is charging. Very scary feeling to have, let's see. All right, let me go ahead and put the number up since I've got it up now. The telephone number to call in is, if I can get this thing open. Doggone it. All right, hang on. Sorry, I'm not well put together tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I am not well put together tonight. That's all right. We'll get through it. Here's the telephone number for anybody who wants to call in. Should have had all this set up. I really got to get this live chat thing better off, and so people. It should have been up there. Okay, so there it is. I've got to get this better situated so that people know when we're live, and B, the telephone number, everything should be so accessible to you that nobody needs to ask. So. Yes, be set free. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Fee had some insight here. Well, when you think about it, all of us were kidnapped. In that way, we were held captive by a narcissistic relationship. Yeah. Here we go. So here's our call. You're live on the Royal We.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. I'm calling from Skype, so I'm not sure if you can hear me well.
I can hear you, kind of. It sounds like you're echoey. Are you using speakerphone?
Yeah, I am. Is it better now?
A little bit better, yes.
Okay. Well, I found your channel about 3 weeks ago, and so far loving it. There's a lot of insight in all your videos.
Thank you.
I've experienced all kinds of narcissistic abuse in my life.
Okay.
Spiritual, co-workers. I was married to a narcissist who almost killed me.
Wow.
And
I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like the phone went out. We lost the connection. If you would like to call in again, you can go ahead and call in again. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. You're welcome to call in again. It looks like it just, the phone went out. Well, hopefully she'll call back again. I'm not exactly sure where she was going. She did sounds like she had a bad narcissistic situation. And so we want to definitely hear what's going on with that. Now then, see if there's some other questions in here. Dee says still looking for the reminder feature. so I can share the video link days before it starts. We will get more participants that way. I agree. Still need to do that. Thank you, Barb Pearson, for what you said. I appreciate that. And I'm going to scroll backwards because I thought I saw some other questions appear. There was one that I missed. And like I said, caller, and I believe it's Desiree, call back in. I'm not exactly sure what happened. The phone just dropped when we were talking. The call dropped. Julie Tamalo asks, how to go no contact permanently? How to go no contact permanently? Well, make the decision first and foremost, Julie, to go no contact permanently. You make the decision that you are ready to live the rest of your life without them being in your life. And then when you make that decision, you can take the appropriate steps, right? But the no contact is about you. It's not about them. So when we're talking about no contact, it's not rules that you're putting around other people, because you can't do that. So you're not telling somebody else that they can't try to talk to you, or they can't drive by your neighborhood, or it's none of that stuff. No contact is about you, and it's about me, and it's about our involvement and our response. So when narcissists and toxic people are trying to get in our space, it's our involvement back. That's no contact. I'm going to share something with you personally. This just happened this past week, as a matter of fact. We were sharing some pictures of our children, and on social media, one of the toxic people that I've dealt with in the past from Southern California, siblings, in-law siblings, had contacted through social media, through those pictures. And, they're really weird. They make weird statements, So I'll tell you the exact statement that this girl made. She said, "Oh, my niece and my nephew are so precious." And, hearts and stuff on the pictures of my children. Now, granted, this is, and I saw it because it was our post. And so when I saw it, I was immediately filled, almost instantly, I was triggered with, once again, I saw the narcissist, the toxic people, and up to the same old stuff. And I wanted to, and it started to fill me with almost that same anger that I used to get filled with. And I wanted to say something back. I wanted to say, my kids don't know you. You're not an aunt. They're not your niece and nephew. You are so disrespectful to their parents. Hang on, I'll finish that after we take this call. You're live on the Royal We.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Desiree, is this you?
Oh, no, it's Barb Pearson.
Oh, Barb, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
I just wanted to say regarding no contact that I fought it forever. The group kept saying it was the only way to go. I was like, no. I can still talk to him. I can still see him. And I realized that it saved my life in the long run, because there is no way that you can continue to contact this person who is abusing you.
Right.
And heal. It was just ripping the wound wide open again. And
yes.
I fought for so long. I kept thinking, no, he's not really a narcissist. He just does this and he does that. And it's okay, right? Like, I can still do this. But yeah, no, I just, I started phoning for a long time and I never have. But I know that there's been a lot of talk about no contact tonight. And I fought it. Trust me. I even left the Facebook group twice because I didn't want to hear what everybody had to say. But
right.
Thankfully, thank God, they let me back. And it's really, truly the only way to go. And it's the hardest thing to do. Trust me. You know it's not easy. But I just wanted to let everybody know that, you know what, you think you can't do it and it's tough to do it, but it will save your life.
It will save you. It will. It will.
Yes.
It will.
Yeah.
It will cleanse your soul, and it will save you.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
There's some pain involved. There's some good and there's some bad to it. It's when I'm wrapped up with this, I'm gonna hop on and get a video done. Hopefully tonight. Get it uploaded probably a little bit later, around 11 p.m. or so. That 12 maybe. That seems to be the Royal We video drop off time is midnight.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But yeah, we're going to be talking more about that. But thank you so much for your call.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
your encouragement in that. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And thank you for you, honestly, listening to you and your YouTube videos and just knowing that you're there for us makes all the difference in the world. You've really made a difference in my life. I want you to know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. Thank you.
Okay.
All righty. Have a great night.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Barb. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you for being here. I appreciate all of your questions, all of your comments, and all of this, the journey that we are on together. Now, I wanted to finish the story that just happened last week, right? So you all know that I still deal and still wrestle with a lot of the same things that I'm helping you through, which is what keeps the drive going forward. And so when I saw the toxic narcissistic family member comment on my children's pictures in a way that is the typical narcissist taking ownership, my niece, my nephew, I'm thinking in my head, man, they don't even know you, because they don't. I mean, my daughter was a newborn when we left California, came to the Midwest. My son was 2. I mean, he doesn't know. So they don't know them. So when this narcissistic sibling makes comments like that, I know it has nothing to do with the children. She doesn't know them. It's aimed at, I can't help but think that in a narcissistic way, it's aimed at me, aimed at us. Like, oh, my niece and my nephew, remember, we're still here, right? In their narcissistic way. And instantly when I first saw that, it changed. It kind of, and you all know what I'm talking about. It morphs your mindset. And all of a sudden, you cannot speak from an authentic place. Instead, you're thinking from a reactive place. And I still get caught up in this myself. And I almost did. I wanted to comment something to the extent of, my children are so, you know what I mean? And then I had to stop myself. I'm like, oh, what is going on, Kevin? We're so over this already. And so I put the social media thing down, and I said, listen, that is, and I just said it out loud. I said, that is just dumb. And that's sometimes what we have to do. Just say it out loud. That is dumb. So everybody, say this with me. When it comes to the last thing that you have seen or witnessed from a toxic narcissistic person, just say it out loud. That is dumb. It is so dumb. This person comes out. They don't even know my children. They're making these comments. How dumb. And I looked over at my wife and I said, that is dumb. I'm sorry, but your siblings, it's dumb. What is going on? And, and I was able to just get it out. Felt good. Just say it was dumb. And it changed my spirit. And I started to not think from a reactive place. And then I just went on and I thanked the people, the others. And I said a comment that was just authentic and from me. I think I said something to the extent of, it's amazing to see our personalities starting to shine through our children. And that was it. I left it at that. And it's because my boy was making a face that typically I would make, which is a real goofball face. So anyways, and it went away. Boom. But we've got to be able to catch ourselves in those moments. And so the reason I'm saying this is because no contact. See, what I almost did there is I almost broke no contact by just reacting and typing something that would have been a reaction. How many of you know that that's breaking no contact? So when you decide in your heart to go no contact and make it forever, that means that no matter what and no matter where they show up in your life, right? It could be in your face, it could be in your kids, it could be in wherever, your job, and they're going to make their presence known. No contact is about you. Just saying what I said. That is dumb. And then you just let it go, smile again, and be authentic. Say something authentic to who you are, right? How's that sound to all of you? Does that sound like a good challenge? I think that sounds like a good challenge. Right on. There you go, Christy. Dumb. That's what we're talking about. Yes. Yes. Oh, those goofy, toxic people. Goofy goofballs. But in all honesty, I know a lot of people aren't in a situation where they can have a laugh or a chuckle at it yet. It's very difficult, very real, and I was there too. Um, until you get a safe distance away, and until you get a good grip on no contact, it could be pretty scary. It could be pretty scary. And so we want to be, as much as we are, as the Royal We community here, as much as we are joking around slightly about it, it could be very serious. It could be very scary when they're not leaving you alone, when they're constantly showing up. And so we want to take that serious as well. He says, yeah, they cannot stand to see us happy and getting over their pain. Ona Vargas, I think that is, and I thought about that. We both thought about that, when I put that comment that said, it's so amazing seeing our children's, our personalities just starting to shine through our children. And it felt so good. And something inside of me, I'm going to be honest with you, Royal We community, something inside of me, I felt something break. And it's almost as if some pain was being sent back to the toxic narcissist, knowing that they can't get to me. It doesn't matter. You're live. This is the Royal We.
Yeah, hi. This is Desiree again.
Hi, Desiree. Thanks for calling back in. You're calling from where?
Yeah, thanks to you. I'm calling from Venezuela. I got cut off the first time. I'm calling from Skype.
Wow, Venezuela. What time is it?
Yeah.
What time is it over there?
It's 2 hours ahead of you, actually.
That's it?
Yeah, it's not that much.
Oh man, that's not. I thought you were. See, that's how I don't know the map very well. I was thinking Venezuela was halfway around the globe.
We're at the top of South America.
Ah.
So actually, we're not that distant from the U.S.
Okay.
To Miami, at least, Florida, at least.
Right on. And so
Yep.
you were sharing about how you got out of a very abusive situation with a partner that became very hostile towards you, right?
Yes. Well, so I've experienced different types of abuse in my life. I didn't know it was narcissistic abuse until about 2 years ago, and then I discovered it all started with my parents.
Right.
So it was my whole life. My father is a overt narcissist, and my mother, who I thought was the victim the whole time, is a covert narcissist. So, they almost destroyed my new marriage. And so anyway, I've been doing all the healing process and inner work to heal. No contact with them, no contact with all kinds of narcissistic and toxic people in my life.
Okay.
And so far, I think I've done a lot of inner work, but right now I'm feeling stuck.
Okay.
I managed to become an entrepreneur since since 2012, and had a very successful business. I was very innovative in my country, started the virtual assistant industry in my country. And I got bombarded by all kinds of narcissist associates and people I hired to work with me. And everything went south very quick. And, got to a point where I just left things hanging, stopped publishing on social media, left my business, and started focusing on my recovery, my personal recovery.
Yeah. So
right now it's like, I don't know how to move forward, or am I stuck, or how to get unstuck. I'm not sure where to go, or even if I want to keep doing what I was doing business-wise. So I guess that's my question. How do you get move forward when you get stuck in the recovery?
I would say that if it's strictly the business side, and you stepped away from the business, I would say that that's because it's not something that you're that passionate about, or is it?
It is. It's just that I'm so hurt that there was so much. Everything got so toxic. I mean, I started communities on Facebook, and people started using them for their own benefit and talking behind me. There were people whom I gave my knowledge for a very low cost, and then they copied all my programs. I mean, it got so narcissistic,
And
so toxic.
And this is the business you're in?
Yeah, well, and I can't say I'm in it right now because I've stepped aside.
Okay, so I would say this. Listen, no matter what you do in life, right? You're gonna come across toxic, abusive people. Part of this healing journey that you're on, which explains the pause, right? You got to take a break because we're all in this place where it hits us all at once. But here's what you're waking up to is the reality that the world sucks and people suck, right? I mean, that's just they're narcissistic, right? So this is kind of that moment where you are realizing 100% that people don't have your benefit in their heart. Okay. They're not going to and the world's not going to change to meet your expectations. So whatever you put out there in the world, there's a risk that someone's going to steal it because the world is full of thieves and criminals, and the world's full of murderers, and the world's full of narcissists, and the world's full of toxic people. And there's nothing that you or I can do about that. Okay. So this period of time where you've drawn back and you've stopped and you're like, what is going on? Right? Well, that's it. You're faced with the reality of the world that you live in. And so now here's your decision as far as moving forward. You either move forward with your understanding and your perception of the world changing, meaning that you understand that this is how the world is. And so you do your best to put up safeguards and protect yourself and protect your property, and protect your intellectual property and protect your assets and whatever, and continue on doing your work. Or you make the decision, nah, that's a path that's not safe for me because mentally it's too hurtful, right? That people are out there stealing stuff and doing all this. So that's the decision that's going to help you to get unstuck, right? It just comes down to the point in time when you realize, wow, this is just how it is. This is people. And I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to look past that if I want to keep doing this in life. That's how you get unstuck. That's the only thing I could tell you. I feel your pain as far as, things not always going your way. What I do, I run the risk just as well, of people doing stuff. I've actually come across, I've got notifications of people stealing my videos and posting it.
Wow.
And I'll get messages. Check this out though. We've gotten messages saying, YouTube will send you messages saying, flagged copyright, check this out, make sure, and it'll give you links. And I've went and I've opened them up, and sure enough, other people have posted my videos, and I didn't do anything about it. I did. I said, whatever. I don't care. I'm going to keep making videos and do what I'm doing no matter what. If people want to steal the videos and load them and claim that they belong to them and whatever. I mean, it's like, I'm not okay with it, but I'm not going to waste my life fighting that, because it's an endless battle in this world of narcissistic craziness. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah. Well, to me, I guess it wasn't just the stealing; it was the whole toxicity, and it was. I really needed a pause. I
Sure.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's part of it too. Were you here last week, by chance?
I heard it afterwards. I saw the video afterwards.
Yeah, because I made a comment. I made a comment about how I got a video of where someone made a comment that basically said, "Kevin, your teeth suck and they're distracting. Go get them fixed." So that's just a part of it. There's toxicity everywhere. But I would just encourage you, let you know that you're wanting to draw back and stop to process all this is perfectly normal. So as far as getting unstuck, it just comes down to when you feel you're ready and you're okay. Not to change the world around you, but to change yourself. Okay? According to the reality of what we know the world is. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay. Thanks. I think I'm going to contact you for a consultation too.
You're more than welcome to do that. Yeah, we could FaceTime or WhatsApp or whatever you want to do.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, Desiree. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right on. What do you all think about that? D says, Kevin, that stinks. There's a lot you can do about it. It's a mixed blessing, people using your videos to make a point. Is it helpful to others you would not reach? If so, it's okay. D, I'm under the impression that my videos are, I know what the message is, and so I am okay with that. I don't see how they could be used in any other way than to help people. So that comes down to me just being careful about what I put out there content-wise. But, I just think that that's never-ending. It's like putting out fires everywhere, and I'm not a firefighter. I'm a message deliverer. How's that? You're live on the Royal We. You were live on the Royal We. I thought I answered it. Okay, well, there's someone trying to call from Eugene. You're welcome to call back if you would like. And, man, I enjoy my time with y'all so much. The Royal We community, you are the best community that there is. And I don't mind. Here's Eugene, Oregon again. All right. See if we can keep you this time. You're live. Okay. Hello. Oh, man.
Hello?
There you are. Do you hear me?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Is this you? I mean,
It's me. You're live.
hi. You have to tell it to everybody, don't you?
What's that?
I said, you have to say that. No, I just was kind of thinking, okay, this is Dina, and I've known you for over a year. It's been over a year since I experienced all of this.
Yeah.
And I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany, and it was kind of just, being able to get closer to the Lord. And also, I just kind of, that's how I got it when I was seeing this message. But basically it just, forgiveness is a real thing. When you forgive somebody, it's probably the most powerful thing that you'll ever do,
What does forgiveness mean to you?
Forgiveness is letting go and letting God, pretty much. I mean, you just kind of let that person go. And I couldn't. I was in denial, thinking I could fix them. And it's a real thing. I mean, in your heart. It's kind of like, well, I'd rather be, even though I didn't think it was fair or that I didn't want to, I just did it because God told me to.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, as the narcissist, I guess, I mean, this is the only way I could really relate. And that is, if they're going to be hateful towards somebody and angry, they're going to have to deal with that all day, every day.
Yes.
For the rest of their life. And, that to me is just like, that's not an easy choice. That's not a difficult choice. And so I feel like when you forgive somebody, you just put him in God's hands. Honestly, He's got this, and it feels good to forgive in a way that is not in denial and thinking that, well, if I forgive him, maybe God, you'll bring him back. And it's just a bunch of crud.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgiveness.
So I just wanted to say, yeah.
Forgiveness is not reconciliation. And that's,
Right.
I think that's where people get those two confused. Well, if I forgive them, then we need to be reconciled and be together. And no, totally different.
That's insanity, though. I mean,
Yeah, it is insanity.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like going around the mountain over and over again when God just wants you to push through.
Yes. Yes. Right
So
on.
I just wanted to also continue to thank you. I kind of dip in and out, every week, but tonight
Cool.
I had time. So.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You
Okay.
too. Good night. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the callers that have called in tonight. Appreciate you all so very, 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 very much. I'm really, really, really hoping. I'm pretty excited about the video that I'm gonna post tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. Let me ask you all. Tomorrow's voting day. Should I post a video tomorrow? I don't even know. I've been working so hard on this video, and I don't even know if I should post tomorrow because tomorrow's people are going to be out voting and probably watching the news and probably hunkering down and probably stocking stockpiles of food just in case. I'm just saying. I don't know. But no, I think we're going to be okay. I don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow is, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. But anyhow. Yeah, sure, we will enjoy a change in pace. Yep. Yes, because some of us are in Canada. All right. Okay, so we'll do. I'll go ahead and I like that. Barb's like, yeah, we're in Canada. We don't care about your election, so post your videos. All right. Yeah, how to stay spiritual amidst the political insanity. Yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I'd say yes, because you never know if the internet will go down. That's true. Right on. All right. Well, listen, all, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to sign off tonight, and I want to thank all of you for being here as part of the Royal We community. For those of you who would like to donate, there's a couple of things you can do. You can do a super power chat down there at the bottom. You could also go to the banner, the homepage, where there is a PayPal link in the description. And as always, and do look out because we are going to be having the Royal We apparel coming out. The shop was supposed to be open already, but having some trouble with Shopify. But we're working through that right now. We do have a lot of really cool apparel, shirts, designs. It's not just Royal We. There's a lot of positive things that we're putting out there. So excited about that. That should be out this week. Thank you, Tanya. And thank you so much. Tanya's been blessing me like crazy tonight. Thank you, Tanya. And so look out for that. Also, look out on the Organic Royal We channel for more videos. We're going to be uploading all week long and trying to give some good things out there, positive messages and changes and things about overcoming toxicity in this world, right? It's what we're all faced with in this world, and we've got to push through. We've got to heal, and we've got to get to our true, authentic place. That's what we've got to be doing. And with that, I will see you next Monday night right here on Royal We Live Chat. Have a great night, everybody.